Let me just get to the slides. Okay, session 4. Basically, we are going to look at study unit 4 and 5. A bit of study unit 5 just to get started with a discrete, but the main focus is on study unit 4 with probability. Okay, so again, going to go through a few examples of probability. Ones like this, where you get a table. In this one, where there is no total, so you might need to find some of the information. Also, so there's a bit of missing information in that cell and missing total. So we'll check what is needed before we just start completing, so that you don't just need to start and complete everything, just again to save time. So in the exam, you won't always have that much time that you can complete everything. So it is basically to save you some time in the exam. Okay, so let's see what are the things that they ask us. So they're asking something on independence. The complementary one is mutually exclusive, and then normally just some of the other probabilities. So let's start with a mutually exclusive. So the events, and let's just see, incorrect. The events primary school and high school are mutually exclusive. Primary and high school are mutually exclusive, so you can't be in primary school and high school at the same time. So they are mutually exclusive. Okay, so unfortunately not the incorrect one. Also the same, less than 3 kilometers, between 3 and 6, greater than 6. Those 3 are also mutually exclusive. So you can't be less than 3 kilometers from school and also greater than 6 kilometers from school. So just to show that those are also mutually exclusive. Okay, complementary. So let's look at that. The events less than, between 3 and 6, and greater than 6 are complementary, which is correct, because less than the probability of that plus the probability of the between 3 and 6 and the probability of 6 or more will give you 1. The same that we could say events primary school and high school are complementary events. So if you're not in the one, you're in the other one. Okay, so those 2 are correct. So let's try still, okay, there, independence, we will need to work out this. Okay, so all the others we will need to work out. So let's start with the one that is just one probability. So the probability that the random chosen learner is in high school is 0,4. Okay, so they tell us that is 800. So they tell us there's 800 learners. So we want to know how many is in high school. So let's quickly do that sum. 40. This slide is a bit blurry. 48 plus 112 plus 160. That gives us 320. So to work out the probability would be 320 divided by 800. That is 0.4. Okay, so unfortunately, that is also correct. So we still need to find the incorrect one. Okay, then I'll go to the top, the Wents High School. And less than 3 kilometers are not independent. So to test for independence, we say the probability of the one times the probability of the other one should be equal to the probability of the and. I'm just going to put in and. Okay, so let's see, probability of A, so probability of high school was that 0.4. The probability of less than, okay, so we need to see what is in that value, so we first need to fill that. So 800 minus the 240 minus 168 will give us that. Can it really be that much? Let me quickly, minus 320. So that is 72. Okay, but it's the probability of B, so 72 divided by the sum of that, which is 120. So 72 divided by 120. Wait, sorry, I made a quick mistake. I was working now out with 72, that and not. So the probability of less than 3 kilometers is 120 divided by 800. 120 divided by 800 is 0.15. So 0.4 times 0.15 is equal to 0.06. And so let's look at the probability of the and. The probability of the and is less than, and high school is this 48. That is the probability of the and. So let's see. Probability of the and is equal to 48 divided by 800. So let's see what is that value. 48 divided by 800 is 0.06. So this tells us that probability of A and B is equal to the probability of A times probability of B is equal to the probability of A and B, which makes it independent. So let's see what was that answer again. The Wents High School and less than are not independent. So that one is the wrong one because it is independent. Because we've shown that probability of A times probability of B is equal to a probability of A and B. Okay, so the incorrect one is option A because it is independent and not independent. So let's just check option B. The probability that a randomly chosen learner is in high school and travels less. Okay, so that is actually the and that we did there. The A and B, we actually done it already because that is for 0.06. So that is correct. I didn't realize it was actually referring to the same number that we would have needed in the first question or in the first option. Okay, so this one got a table. Again, we did not need to complete the whole table. I basically completed the 72 because I needed to get the total of less than. And we completed the high school, so that's the only two in the table that we completed. Didn't need to complete the others, so saved a bit of time in your exam. Okay, so let's go to the next one. So now the data was filled in for us. Now you can see still the same table, but now they have completed that cell for us, but still no totals. But we at least know there is 800 hits that they are talking about. Okay, so let's see what the question this time is. And you will see I've got a few of these, the same table. So what I think this is going to be, and that's how your exams will also be, is lots of time you will get the same data set, but the questions around that, or the same question information, but the questions around that information will be different. I think there's 3 or 4 different types of questions that they're asking on each question. So you can see here exactly the same data set. Here they ask us, calculate the probability that a random chosen learner is either in primary school or travels more than 6 kilometers. So it's the traditional A or B type of question, where it is the probability, and let's say use the word, the abbreviations, private school plus greater or more than 6 kilometers minus the and. Okay, so that is our traditional or statement. Take the first one plus the second one minus the and of the two. So let's see, probability of primary school. So again, we could have used from a previous one, we got it, or we didn't. So let's quickly work it out. So again, I'm not going to work out all of the totals. I'm just working out what I need. So primary school is 72 plus 168 plus 240. So that gives us 480. So the probability of primary school was 480 divided by 800. Then probability greater than 6 kilometers. So it's those two. So it's 240 plus 160 is 400. So the probability of that is 400 divided by 800. And then we have and, so primary school and greater, so we need to work with that 240. It's minus the 240 over 800. So it's for 480 divided by 800, which is 0.6. Luckily, not the answer there. 400 divided by 800, it's going to be 0.5. Again, luckily, no answer there. So that one can't get confused. 240 divided by 800 is 0.3. Okay, so 0.6 plus 0.5 is 1.1, minus 0.3 is a probability of 0.8, which is option B. Okay, so in this one, we needed to work out the probability of the OR. So we looked at what is primary school, so what's the probability of primary school, plus the probability of greater than 6 kilometers, and then we subtract the and. So what is primary school and in greater than 6 kilometers, because there's a double count in that one. Okay, so exactly the same data, but a bit different question. And so then we go into another one. Again, exactly the same data set. Now look at the question. Calculate the probability that the random chosen learner travels between 3 and 6 kilometers. So basically in this part from home to school, given that they are in high school. Okay, so probability, and let's say 3 to 6, given probability of high school. Okay, so I'm writing it out like this so that, again, we can use the formula. So remember the formula, if we have this, it's the probability of the AND of those two. So the probability of 3 to 6 and high school divided by the probability of high school. Okay, so I write it out because, again, that for me then is easier to get to the numbers than if you now say, okay, this, given that, it does become difficult. So for me, it's easier to do it this way. So probability 3 and 6 and high school is 112. So 112 divided by 800. Or you can later on, we're going to just say 112, but I'm going to show you that now. Probability of high school. Okay, so high school, we needed to add again. So that was the only one we needed to add. That was 320. So the probability of high school is 320 divided by 800. And now you can see from maths, 800 is at the bottom of both. So we could have just said that 112 divided by 320. Okay, and 112 divided by 320 is equal to 0.35, which hopefully is here. Option D. Okay, so that is how we would have done this one. So very important, nearly here is the given. So given, remember, the formula is then the 3 to 6, given that the person is in high school, and then again, easier to follow the formula, but one could also have said, okay, there's the 3 to 6. Okay, so the and is there. And because we're only looking at high school, it would be 112 divided by 320. If it was the 3 to 6, given, I don't know what's happening now. 3 to 6 given primary school, then it would have just moved up. Then it would have been 168 divided by the 480, but I'm not going to add that now. Okay, so basically, same data set, you can be asked quite a lot of different types of questions. Okay, so again, just be nearly on the lookout for these. So you can actually, as practice, go to any data table and write down a few things for yourself. Okay, so you can definitely see one data set can be used for a lot of different questions. Okay, it's the same. I think we've got a few here as well. So the same data set here that we're going to have in the next question. So they done this, they said, okay, independent electoral commission recorded the following information about registered voters living abroad. And there was a sample, so over 580 people, 260 were female, 320 male, and then they recorded how many Australia, New Zealand, and the UK. Okay, so then they ask a few questions, and now you can see no numbers really, but it might come out in the calculations that we need to do some kind of calculation. So again, very important nearly that we check what is the questions. Okay, so the events AU is Australia and female are independent. Okay, so that we can't just see, so we will need to make a calculation. So let's see if one of the others are correct. The events UK and female are, okay, so the one is AU and female, other one is UK and female. Okay, so probably one of those two, but let's first see events UK and female are mutually exclusive. UK and female, for that to have been mutually exclusive, it should have been 0. So it's definitely not mutually exclusive. The events female and male are not mutually exclusive. While in this one, or you were categorized in female or you were categorized in male. You were not in both because there was 580. So are not mutually exclusive is also incorrect. If events UK and female are independent, then UK and female are equal to 0. Okay, so what they've done here is not independence that is mutually exclusive. So that is also incorrect, because what we're referencing here is if events UK and female are mutually exclusive, then the probability of UK and female would have been 0. Okay, so not independence that we test with the 0, it is mutually exclusivity. Okay, so the one that's wrong is or 1 or 2. So unfortunately, we will need to make a calculation. Okay, so events AU and female independent. So probability of AU is 102 over 580. 102 over 580 times the female, 52 divided by, total female, 260 divided by 580. Okay, so let's see what is that answer. (102) divided by 580 times 260 divided by 580. Okay, so I get that is 0, and let's round it off, 0.9. Okay, so that is the first one. So let's see if I have the 52 divided by 580. What does that give us? Because that's now the AND of AU and female. The 52 divided by 580 is equal to 0.89. Okay, so close, but not the same. So incorrect. So let's look at that. Will now be the right one, but let's quickly check. Event UK, so UK 319 divided by 580 times, again, female. So female, we now know, is that 260 divided by 580. So let's quickly see what that gives us. 319 divided by 580 times 260 divided by 580. Okay, and let's round it off again to 3 decimals. And then let's see, events UK and female, 143 divided by 580. What do we get? 143 divided by 580 gives us, if we round it off, 2.47. Okay, so you can see that one is the same. So events UK and female are independent, because the probability of the one times the probability of the other one is equal to the probability of the AND. Okay. 3 of the options you did not need to calculate, but the other 2 you needed to calculate. So it does take some time. Again, in the exam, what I would have done, look at these 3, because you needed didn't need to work out. If I've worked out that first one and I saw it's not correct, then you basically know option 2 is the one that is correct. So depending how much time you have, you can just select that or you can work it out. So decide how the paper goes and if you can spend time on that. Okay, exactly the same data set. Now look at how the questions are phrased. Everything in this one, we're using words. Now we're using the symbols in this one. So probability of male, the 320, they say that's the same as the probability of UK, and that is equal to 0.55. Okay, so we can just work out one of them because you can see 320 and 319 is very similar. So if you work it out, 320 divided by 580, if you round it off, it is going to be 0.55. And the same if you say 319 divided by 580, you will also get the round off at 0.55. Okay, so that is correct, but we again looking for the incorrect one. Okay, so let's look. Here's an and. Here's a UK and M, so that might be a bit easier as well. I'm going to do 4 and 5 last and hope that one of the others. So probability of AU and female, probability of AU and male. Again, you can see very close to one another. So we can use any one of them, but we will probably get that number. So let's say 52 divided by 580. And that is, if we round it off to 2 decimals, is 0.9. We'll get exactly the same if we say 50 divided by 580. Again, rounding off, we will get 0.09. 0.9 would have been closer to 550 or 40 or something like that. Okay, probability UK and male. UK and male is 176 divided by 580. 176 divided by 580 is 0.3. Okay, so unfortunately, all the easier calculations is done. So now we need to look at one of the given. So probability UK given male. And let's just write it here. UK given male. So let's see, UK is for 319. Given male, so UK and male 176. That we can divide by how many male, because it's given male, divided by that is 320. So let's see, 176 divided by 320, 0.55. Okay, so it is in the last one. UK given female. Okay, UK given female, so UK and female is 143. And let's see how many females there are, 260. So 143 divided by 260, also equal to 0.55. That's interesting. Okay, so that one was the incorrect one because it needed to be equal to 0.55. Okay, so again, same set of data, but phrased a bit differently. The one uses words. It actually looked at totally different things within it, but used words. Here we are seeing, if I ask it to us in a formula way, and then you can see once again, there's so many different ways that they can ask on the same data set. So you can now even go and see we've now done those four, but you can go and look to just say, what's the probability of New Zealand? What's the probability of New Zealand given male? So there's other options that you can just go and play with and see what answers you are getting as well. Okay, so once again, same data, but ask a bit differently. Okay, so now again, I'm going to show you we're getting the same question or the same information, but for one, they say one thing, and for other one, they say something different. So in this question, consider events A and B are mutually exclusive. Okay, so when A and B mutually exclusive, remember the probability of A and B is equal to 0. Okay, so when we do the OR, it is probability of A plus probability of B minus the AND. Okay, so let's first check answers. Okay, can't get probability bigger than 1. Okay, so all the others, yes, but not bigger than 1. Probability of A, 0.35. Probability of B, 0.65. The AND is 0, so that is equal to 1. Okay, so equal to 1, so yes, it can be equal to 1. So let's look at the same, but here they say A and B are independent. Okay, so then same formula of the OR, it's the probability of A plus the probability of B minus the probability of A times the probability of B. Okay, so if we look at answers, again, can't be more than 1. The previous one was 1 because it was mutually exclusive. So here where it is independent, we know we're going to subtract something, so it can't be 1 anymore. So let's see, those two added is equal to 1, but let's see what is that multiplication. So 0.35 times 0.65, 0.2275, and look how sneaky, there is that option for you as well, but we need to subtract that still. So 0.7725 is the final answer. Okay, so once again, you can look at this same question, just a bit of a tweak in it. The one may tell you it's mutually exclusive, so you need to remember mutually exclusive. The one event times the other event is equal to 0, where it is, if it's independent, the one event times the other event will give you a value. Okay, so that's important between these two questions, was how to identify when something is mutually exclusive, or if I tell you it is, what is your outtake? And then if it is independent, what do you need to do with that? Okay, so let's look at this one. So another type of, I think I showed one on Tuesday as well. So here we don't have two questions, but on Tuesday I did show something like this. So let's see what they say. Consider smoking habits. What is the probability that a random chosen staff member is a light smoker? Okay, light smoker, given that she or he is a junior manager. Okay, let's just see, there's junior employees, so don't get confused with that. There is junior manager. Okay, so let's write that down. So it's light given junior manager. So it's the probability of light and junior manager divided by the probability of being a junior manager. Okay, so again, you could have gone and completed the whole table, but it's not needed. We want to know what's the value of light and junior manager. There's 3 of them. And we want to know how many junior managers there are. So 4 plus 3 is 7. 7 plus 8 is, what is that? 15. 15 plus 4 is 19. Okay, so that was the only one that we actually needed to work out. So 3 divided by 19 will hopefully give us one of those answers, 0.158 if I round it off. So let's quickly see, not that, there's 0.158. Yeah, so that is how we would have gotten to that one. But once again, you could have now gone to table everything, but it is actually not needed. We only needed to get one sum of the totals, and not all of them. So again, just nearly wanting to show you guys that, and sometimes they also start off to say complete the table, but once again, it's the time that you have, try not shortcuts, but things that you don't need to do extra. And in this instance, you didn't need to complete the whole table. So light smokers given junior managers the free over 19. And you can now go and play with this as well. So here you can see there's a 0. So secretaries and heavy smoking, there the and is 0. So that could have been a question as well, because that means it is mutually exclusive. Okay, so if there's a 0, secretaries and heavy is mutually exclusive because there are none of them. Okay, so that is how they could also show mutually exclusivity within a table. Okay, so that was, everything was around study unit 4 probabilities, with a big focus nearly in most of the questions around mutually exclusivity and then independence. And then if we don't look at those two, basically how to work out the and, so probability of one and another one, probability of one or the other one, and then very important as well, these ones where it will be something given, something else, that you know how to do that as well. Okay, I've got, I think, 2 or 3 questions on the, wait, let me quickly move this one, because that's also probability. So let me quickly move that one in there and that one. And then we can look at the others. Okay, so this was from a mock exam or one of the assignments somewhere last year. So they tell us, okay, we get a sample of conviction and compensation orders. Okay, so male, female, paid in full, part paid, nothing paid. When they ask us, what is the probability that an offender is male or that compensation was part paid? Okay, so male or part paid. So basically, what's the probability that the person is male or part paid? Just going to say PP. So because it's for all, the probability of male plus probability of part paid minus the probability of the and. Okay, probability of male, they didn't tell us. So what the total is, so we need to add it. So 754 plus 62 plus 61. That total is 877. Oh, they also haven't told us how many are here. I would have thought about, no, let's work out 157 plus 7 plus 6. Weird number. It's good that I did not guess 1,000. 1047. Okay, so this one we needed to make a few summations, which is also fine. Probability of part paid 62 plus 7 is 69. And then minus the and, which is 62 divided by 1047. Okay, so let's see. 877 plus 69 minus 62 divided by 1047. Rounding off to 4 decimals. So 0,8443, which if I look at it is option E. Okay, so this one, again, more straightforward because it's for all, but they could have now said, what's the probability of female or part paid? They could have asked, what's the probability of male given part paid? So there could have again been a few different ways that they could phrase this question. Okay, this one was something different that again was from one of the mock exams. So probabilities. Consider the following multiple step experiment. A sales agent makes 3 sales calls. At the end of each call, a purchase is either made or not. The 2 experimental outcomes for each call are purchase, no purchase. The following sample space describe the experiment. Okay, so 3 calls made where it's purchase, 2 calls and a no purchase, purchase, no purchase, and you can see from the 3 purchases to 3 non-purchases. So they ask us a few things. Consider the following events. Event 1 is the event that the agent make no purchase. And so if you look at no purchase, there's only one of them. So it will be 1/8. E2 is the event that the agent make 1 purchase. Okay, so let's quickly see. There's 3 purchase, so it's not that one. There's 2 purchase, so it's not that one. There's a purchase, and so again 2 purchase, again 2 purchase. Here's the first one with only 1 purchase. There's another one with only 1 purchase. And there's another one with 1 purchase. So there's actually 3 of them that is giving us 1 purchase. Event that the agent makes 2 purchases. Okay, so sorry, not that one. There is 3 of them, but there's 2 purchase. There's 1 and 2, so that's also fine. And there's also 2 purchase, so there's also 3 out of 8. When the last event is the event that the agent makes 3 purchases, and there is 1 of them. Okay, so look what's very interesting. 1 purchase, then 3, so that's 4, 7, 8. So this actually categorizes all of them. So they could have asked us, what's the probability that event 1, 2, 3, event 1 or event 2 or event 3 or event 4 happens? Then the probability is 1. What's the probability that event 1 happens? 1/8. Let's see, 1 divided by 8 is 0,125. Okay, so that's Incorrect. Oh, we're looking for the correct one. Probability that event 2 happens. Okay, what's that? 3 divided by 8, 0,375. Okay, cool. That is the correct one. Event 3. Okay, so that would also be 0,375 because it's 3 divided by 8. Event 4 is 1 over 8, so that again is 0,125. Again, if you add all of these together, you will get 1. And then let's just see the total number of experimental outcomes is 2. That's also incorrect because it should be 8. Okay, so question around probabilities asked a bit different. So, yeah, it can also not be your traditional questions every time that you need to know probability of A and B. They might give you a question like this. Okay, so let me quickly go to the next one. So question around study unit 5 that we are going into discrete probabilities. So here we get the list of x 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and with each one we get what is the probability that 0 can happen, or probability that 1 can happen, or 2, and so forth. Okay, so the first 3 questions is around the probability, so that we need to work out something. Then there's a question around the mean, and then there's actually one about the variance as well. So hopefully we get one that is correct before we need to get to 5, or else if all of them are wrong, we assume option 5 is correct, that you don't need to go and work out the variance, because that does take a lot of time. So let's look at probability of at least 2. Again, I hate these English words. At least 2 means minimum of 2 and more. Okay, so it's 2, 3, 4, and 5. So let's quickly do that. 2 is 0,324 plus 0,299 plus 0,138 plus 0,025, and that gives us 0,786. Okay, so incorrect. Probability of x smaller or equal to 5. Okay, smaller or equal to 5, that is everything. Smaller than 5, but it includes 5, so that's everything. So that is supposed to be 1. So also incorrect. So let's then see smaller than 4 and including 4. So 4 and 3, but not including 2. So it is that one that we're looking for. So what is that? 0,299 plus 0,138. Let's quickly see if we do that. 0.299 plus 0.138, 0,437. Cool. That is the correct one. Okay, mean, how to work it out. And I'm not going to work it out now because that is in any case going to be incorrect. But how you work it out is 0 times the probability plus 1 times the probability plus 2 times the probability plus 3 times the probability plus 4 times the probability plus 5 times the probability. And that answer will give you your mean. Okay, and then in the exam, if all 3 of them was incorrect, then you know that your variance is the one that is correct. Because to work out now, the variance is so much longer because you need to then take your mean, you need to say that minus the mean, I think it's squared, times the probability. So, and you now need to do it, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times and add it together. It really is a long process and question then to work out. Okay, so I will always leave the variance for last because for other ones it's more manageable in how to work it out. Okay, yeah, and I will share the slides later on tonight as well. Here is the answers to that question. Okay, so 3 more for tonight. Again, probability that they have discrete. Here they ask us what's the expected value. So here we would go 0 times that plus 1 times that plus 2 times that. Let's quickly (0.78) plus 0.72. Okay, so if we add that together, I get 2,01, which is that one. Okay, so this one, they only ask to work out the expected value. So then you can do it that way. That one I'm going to move to later because I want to show you this one as well. So bit differently how the table now looks like. This time you will, and why they did this is so that you don't now look at this and say, oh, it's a binomial distribution, because we know the binomial table looks like that. So still a discrete probability. It just is looking different. So instead of being horizontal, now it is vertical. So they will ask you exactly the same type of questions. The probability that x is equal to 0, and we're looking for the correct one. Okay, so probability x is equal to 0 is 0.26. Okay, so that's incorrect. We're looking for the correct one. The probability that x is at least 5, so remember, at least means 5 or more. 5 or more. Let's bring in a bit of color. 5 or more is those two. So that is 0.04. And so that is also wrong. Let's make sure we just bring in that we can see all of them. Okay. Probability that x is at most. At most means up till 5. At most 0.98. So if that is 0.2, all of those is going to be 0.98, which is correct. Probability distribution of x is a discrete uniform probability. Okay, so what discrete uniform means is if all of those were exactly the same. So uniform will be, if we have 4 bars like that, each one of them was 1/4. That means it is uniform. So all of the probabilities needed to be exactly the same for it to be uniform. Expected, now again, that is where you can go and work it out. It's 0 times that, plus 1 times that, plus all of those. But you can see nearly there it's 0. So to get to 3 and all of those small, you're not going to get close to 3 in any case. That is probably going to be around 1.5 or even less. Okay, so that is also going to be the incorrect one. Okay, so I just wanted to start with some of the discrete tonight. Next week, Tuesday, we will focus on some of the discrete again, and binomial and Poisson, that we cover all of that in study or of study unit 5. We will cover that in next week, Tuesday's session. Okay, so that's it for tonight, everyone. I hope it's making a bit more sense as we go through this and prepping for the exam. So yeah, I will put the recording on YouTube. I will share it on the WhatsApp group. I'll share the presentation with you guys as well, so that you can get that as well. So everything I will share tonight, that